Good morning, folks. I'm going to share with you a question and an answer to that question from Tom Campbell. This guy has got his head on straight. He's a physicist and an esoteric researcher. I 95% agree with everything he says here. So listen, it's really profound teaching.
Consciousness. No, really, from the heart. Practical application of OBE. Question. Lucid dreaming, I have some experience with it, although many years ago. It's extremely vivid and real. As I understand now, OBE is even more so, yet continuous in the sequence of what's happening.
Yes.
And free will still. How do I get there? I mean, how does one get there? Because we're worlds apart, me and people that can do this, because the only limitations is the beliefs and
beliefs and fears.
And fears.
Yeah.
And it seems that, it's my intellect is my chains. And the intellect not being smart, but the whatever it comes with it. What are the practical steps from step by step for a beginner? How do I get out of the body? Like, what do I do?
Okay.
Sorry for this question. It sounds like stupid.
No, the steps are mostly just what we've been doing. What we've been doing are the steps that'll lead you to getting out of the body on demand whenever you want to, quickly and easily, as opposed to learning how to climb up a rope, which will be sporadic and every once in a while, because you're not really, you're not working at it in a straightforward way. And it depends on your attitude and your intellect at any particular time. So it's very changeable from time to time. So the way you get there to make it easy and whenever you want to is exactly what we've been doing. There's a few basic steps you have to learn first. One is to let go of the physical reality, a good meditation state, so that you're not processing the physical. That's the first thing. That makes it easier. Now, you can process both. But if you start out trying to process both, you'll probably just not do as well. That's not the easy way to get there. So we start with letting it go. Okay. The second thing is get out of your head. Work from the being level. Be able to stay in that being level whenever you want, as long as you want. Make that a stable state that you're aware of, that you can access. Not jump in and out of it, every time something flies by or something happens, you jump into your intellect, but a stable state where you can get into the being level and stay there as long as you like. Okay. The next thing that you need to do is you need to get rid of your fear. You need to work on those fears. The way you work on your fear is you start by finding them. Fear is hard to find. We have all sorts of fears. If we feel inadequate, we don't know that we feel inadequate. All we know is that we've got these feelings that when somebody triggers us by criticizing us or telling us that we're not good enough at something or doing like that, it hits our button and we get angry and we maybe lash back or we go sulk or go cry somewhere. We have this big reaction to it because really what the problem is not that rude individual. The problem is the fear that you have. So you get rid of the fears. You do that by looking at the ego. Fear is hard to find because you deny it. You push it down under the rug where you can't see it. That's what the ego does. But that leaves the ego out right where you're going to look at it. So how do you know that's ego? If you have a feeling, if you have a response, a reaction that isn't full of love and joy and peace and caring and smiles, then that's your ego. Anytime you get angry, you get upset, you get annoyed, you get irritated, you're anxious, you're stressed, all of that is your fear. If you didn't have the fear, you wouldn't be any of those negative things. Your life would be nothing but joy and peace and contentment. So it's the fear that gives us the negative things. So here you are, and you have something happens to you, and you get angry. Oh, that's one of those negative things. Trace it back to the fear. Why am I angry? And the first thing you'll have a tendency to do is say, well, I'm angry because he said and so and so and so and so. It's his fault that I'm angry. Well, you have to own it and be responsible for who you are. So it's not anybody's fault. You choose to be angry. You have other choices. You don't have to be angry. You choose that. You choose it mostly because of fear. So the ego's easy to spot. It's negative. Creates negative experiences, negative feelings. Every negative feeling is attached to a fear. You wouldn't have it if you didn't have the fear. Find the real reason you get angry. You get angry because you're insecure, because you feel inadequate, and that person made that feeling of inadequacy kind of swell up, and you really dislike that and want to get rid of it. So the anger was like a cover for it. Instead of dealing with it, you get angry and blame it on somebody else. Okay, so that's the other thing. Work on those fears. It may take you a decade to get rid of your fears, but work on them. Work on them until you live in a happy, peaceful place. So now we have all the ingredients that we need to go out of body. Okay, you can let go. You can stay in the being level at a stable place. You know the difference. You have your intellect under control. Stay in the being level, and you've gotten rid of not necessarily every fear, but you can offload a lot of your fear because you'll work on that fear a long time. So in 6 months or a year, you might offload enough of it. You probably spend all your life offloading all of it. So you then, at that point, when you understand that this is a virtual reality with data streams, you have no trouble from a being level, having an intent from the being level, that you can just connect to the larger consciousness system, and going out of body takes you less than a second, just with an intent. There's no transition. There's nothing going on other than your intent says, I want to go back there. There you are. Because you need to be able to drop the reality, being level, intent, and it's done. It's just that easy. Then is when you usually start to learn how to parallel process. Well, that's nice, but I got to leave here to go there. And when I'm there, I'm not here. And when I'm here, I'm not there. That's not too convenient. So let's be here and there all together. So then you start working, and your reality, instead of being two bifurcated things, becomes one whole thing. And then you live here and there all at once. And then you live in this bigger reality. And then it's even easier yet. It's not a matter of attaching to another data stream. You're connected to 3 or 4 data streams all the time. So that's kind of the steps. And basically, we've started that. Remember, on the first day, I said, I'm not trying to teach you to be wizards and wizardesses, wizardinis, witches. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. They have long, bony noses with warts on them. Okay, so anyway, so that's not the point. The point is to give you the fundamentals that you can work with on your own to develop this the rest of your life, over the next decade or two. And that's what we're doing here. It's just these basic steps and ideas, and you got just enough of a carrot that you got some healing right, and you got some diagnosing right, and you got a few remote views, just enough to say, hey, this stuff works. There's really something to it. And then you'll work on, and you'll find out that eventually you give up on all that stuff because it isn't important anyway. But the process of developing it really develops you and your empathy and your connection to other people. So that's kind of the path. That's where we're going, and that's what we're doing here. But like all other things like this, it's easy to say and harder to do. So it takes time. But this has to be something that's not, a week retreat. This has to be something that's part of your lifestyle, part of your life, that you're going to grow up. You're going to learn. You're going to get rid of your fear, all that stuff. You're going to get control of your awareness such that you can stay in a being level steadily, consistently. You don't hop out and jump around.
Tablet 4, the Spaceborne. List ye, O man, to the voice of wisdom. List to the voice of Thoth the Atlantean. Freely I give to thee my wisdom, gathered from the time and space of this cycle. Master of mysteries, son of the morning, living forever, a child of the light. Shining with brightness, star of the morning, Thoth, the teacher of men, is of all. Long time ago, I in my childhood lay 'neath the stars on long-buried Atlantis, dreaming of mysteries far above men. Then in my heart grew there a great longing to conquer the pathway that led to the stars. Year after year I sought after wisdom, seeking new knowledge, following the way, until at last my soul, in great travail, broke from its bondage and bounded away. Free was I from the bondage of earthman, free from the body I flashed through the night. Unlocked at last for me was the star space, free was I from the bondage of night. Now to the end of space sought I wisdom, far beyond knowledge of finite man. Far into space my soul traveled freely, into infinity's circle of light. Strange beyond knowledge were some of the planets, great and gigantic beyond dreams of men. Yet found I law in all of its beauty, working through and among them as here among men. Flashed forth my soul through infinity's beauty. Far through space I flew with my thoughts. Rested I there on a planet of beauty. Strains of harmony filled all the air. Shapes there were, moving in order, great and majestic as stars in the night. Mounting in harmony, ordered equilibrium, symbols of the cosmic, like unto law. Many the stars I passed in my journey, many the races of men in their worlds. Some reaching high as stars of the morning, some falling low in the blackness of night. Each and all of them struggling upward, gaining the heights and plumbing the depths. Moving at times in realms of brightness, living through darkness, gaining the light. Know, O man, that light is thine heritage. Know that darkness is only a veil. Sealed in thy heart is brightness eternal, waiting the moment of freedom to conquer, waiting to rend the veil of the night. Some I found who had conquered the ether. Free of space were they, while yet they were men. Using the force that is the foundation of all things, far in space constructed they a planet drawn by the force that flows through the all, condensing, coalescing the ether into forms that grew as they willed, outstripping in science they all of the races, mighty in wisdom, sons of the stars. Long time I paused, waiting, watching their wisdom, saw them create from out of the ether, cities gigantic of rose and gold. Formed forth from the primal element, base of all matter, the ether far flung. Far in the past time they had conquered the ether, freed themselves from the bondage of toil, formed in their mind only a picture, and swiftly created it grew. Forth then my soul sped throughout the cosmos, seeing ever new things and old, learning that man is truly spaceborne, a son of the sun, a child of the stars. Know ye, O man, whatever form ye inhabit, surely it is one with the stars. Thy bodies are nothing but planets, revolving around their central suns. When ye have gained the light of all wisdom, free shall ye be to shine in the ether. One of the suns that light outer darkness, one of the spaceborne grown into light. Just as the stars in time lose their brilliance, light passing from them into the great source. So, O man, thy soul passes onward, leaving behind the darkness of night. Formed forth ye from the primal ether, filled with the brilliance that flows from the source. Bound by the ether coalesced around, yet ever it flames until at last it is free. Lift up your flame from out of the darkness, fly from the night, and ye shall be free. Traveled I through the space-time, knowing my soul at last was set free, knowing that now might I pursue wisdom, until at last I passed to a plane, hidden from knowledge, known not to wisdom, extension beyond all that we know. Now, O man, when I had this knowing, happy my soul grew, for now I was free. Listen, ye spaceborne, list to my wisdom. Know ye not, ye too will be free. List ye again, O man, to my wisdom, that hearing ye, too, might live and be free. Not of the earth are ye earthly, but child of the infinite cosmic light. Know ye not, O man, of your heritage? Know ye not ye are truly the light? Son of the great sun, when ye gain wisdom, truly aware of your kinship with light. Now to ye I give knowledge, freedom to walk in the path I have trod, showing ye truly how by my striving I trod the path that leads to the stars. Hark ye, O man, and know that of thy bondage. Know how to free thyself from the toils. Out of the darkness shall ye rise upward, one with the light and one with the stars. Follow ye ever the path of wisdom. Only by this can ye rise from below. Ever man's destiny leads him onward into the curves of infinity's all. Know ye, O man, that all space is ordered. Only by order are ye one with the all. Order and balance are the law of the cosmos. Follow and ye shall be one with the all. He who would follow the pathway of wisdom, open must be to the flower of life, extending his consciousness out of the darkness, flowing through time and space in the all. Deep in the silence, first ye must linger, until at last ye are free from desire, free from the longing to speak in the silence, conquer by silence the bondage of words, abstaining from eating until we have conquered desire for food, that is bondage of soul. Then lie ye down in the darkness, close ye your eyes from the rays of the light, center thy soul force in the place of thine consciousness, shaking it free from the bonds of the night. Place in thy mind's place the image thou desireth. Picture the place thou desireth to see. Vibrate back and forth with thy power. Loosen the soul from out of its night. Fiercely must thou shake with all of thy power, until at last thy soul shall be free. Mighty beyond words is the flame of the cosmic, hanging in plains unknown to man. Mighty and balanced, moving in order, music of harmonies far beyond man. Speaking with music, singing with color, flame from the beginning of eternity's all. Spark of the flame art thou, O my children, burning with color and living with music. List to the voice and thou shalt be free. Consciousness free is fused with the cosmic, one with the order and law of the all. Know ye not, man, that out of the darkness light shall flame forth, a symbol of all. Pray ye this prayer for attaining of wisdom. Pray for the coming of light to the all. Here's the prayer. Mighty spirit of light that shines through the cosmos, draw my flame closer in harmony to thee. Lift up my fire from out of the darkness, magnet of fire that is one with thee all. Lift up my soul, thou mighty and potent. Child of the light, turn not away. Draw me in power to melt in thy furnace. One with all things and all things in one. Fire of the life strain and one with the brain. When ye have freed thy soul from its bondage, know that for ye the darkness is gone. Ever through space ye may seek wisdom, bound not by fetters forged in the flesh. Onward and upward into the morning, free flash, O soul, to the realms of the light. Move thou in order, move thou in harmony, freely shalt move with the children of light. Seek ye and know ye my key of wisdom. Thus, O man, ye shall surely be free. That was Tablet 4, Spaceborne. Thank you, folks. Much love, peace, and chicken grease.